to shine at the noble evening ball. The girl's aunt prepared an alum stone for her. It was said to give the skin a refined look. With a few drops of blood, it could make a man believe she was untouched. To make her stand out from the others, her aunt also tied a white scarf around Ellie's neck. In noble circles, it symbolized a girl's purity. When everything was ready, they stepped into high society. The luxury of the ball dazzled Ellie. The white scarf on her neck drew constant glances from other women. Following her aunt's instructions, she turned down every man except the Earl. According to the plan, her aunt would introduce her to the Earl. But when the Earl finally appeared surrounded by guests, her aunt was suddenly invited to dance by another noble. Not knowing what to do, Ellie wandered around. A servant handed Ellie a glass of wine. Before she could thank him, he suddenly took off his mask. He was the noble who toyed with her feelings and abandoned her. Facing Jason's humble apology, Ellie chose to respond boldly. That slap instantly drew everyone's attention. As the host of the ball, the Earl stepped forward to defend Ellie. With her aunt's constant praise beside her, Ellie quickly got a chance to be alone with the Earl. But what Ellie did not expect was, the Earl, who had long lived in high society, saw through her clumsy disguise at a glance. Jason tried to comfort Ellie, but it only brought out more anger from the Earl. He even stood before all the guests and challenged Jason to a duel. Facing the huge difference in size, Jason was quickly defeated by the Earl. Just when everyone thought Jason would be punished, the Earl graciously pulled Jason back to his feet. This was the unspoken understanding among nobles. They would never break ties because of a lower-class person. Humiliated, Ellie left the hall in anger, but this did not make her retreat. Instead, it triggered an even stronger desire for revenge. She took the initiative to find the old Marquis who once showed interest in her. Though there was no love between them, his noble rank was far above that of the two who hurt her. After successfully becoming the Marquis' wife, she met with her aunt in private. The two planned to hold a grand ball. Although Ellie now had status, everything still required her husband's approval. At first, her husband rejected Ellie's proposal. But when Ellie pointed out that it could raise his reputation, he allowed her to proceed freely. She worked with her aunt to send invitations to every noble they knew, but Jason was intentionally left out. This obviously targeted action made Jason rush angrily to her aunt's house. But he, as a minor viscount, could not possibly compare to a marquis with military merit. But neither of them expected that Jason would persuade other nobles to refuse attending the ball. If her husband learned of this, the consequences would be unpredictable. While Ellie was dining with her husband, the servant brought even more letters of refusal. She forced herself to stay calm, saying everyone accepted the invitation. But the pleased Marquis asked her to read them on the spot. She hesitated for only a few seconds. Then Ellie opened the letters again.
Madame la Marquise, my dear cousin, I do recognize in this initiative the selfless soul of my cousin, the Marquis. He would not miss the opportunity to participate in this noble effort.
After hearing them, the Marquis was all smiles, although Ellie escaped disaster with her quick thinking. How to cover the lie became her greatest worry. After several rounds of wine, the Marquis suddenly became interested, but due to his advanced age, he failed several times in a row.
Wait. You are pathetic. Put your clothes back on.
The humiliation struck him deeply, leaving him lost. The next morning, the Marquis looked at his aging reflection. He made an unbelievable decision.